Hi, in this video of Inkpot, we are doing the back questions of chapter 3. I mean the numericals of chapter 3. The numericals of every chapter is really important because one, there are not too many chapters which has numericals, and second, in the papers you have a 20 marker weightage of the numericals, which means क्योंकि हमारे पास numericals इतने limited हैं, all the numericals for all the chapters become extremely important. There's a trick to every numerical and you just need to know the trick. So here I'm solving the question number 1, 2, 3 of the back questions. So when I'm solving question number 1, 2, 3 of the back questions, I'm not writing the question here because I want you to refer to the book for that. Whichever readings you have, it doesn't matter because the question number 1, 2, 3 in all the readings is the same. What I mean to say is कि अगर आपके पास 8th edition Krugman है या 10th edition का Krugman का reading है, फर्क नहीं पड़ता क्योंकि दोनों same है. But for the rest of the subject, for the rest of the international eco subject, 10th edition is the one that we have to refer to. We are given that we have two countries, home and foreign, and we have two goods, apples and bananas. So we are also given the labor requirement for apples in home, the labor requirement for bananas in home, and similarly for the foreign country. So if I write it in the terms of the language that we've studied in the book, this is ALA, this is ALB, or in the videos, this is ALA star, and this is ALB star. This is also small b. Alright, so the first thing we need to do is graph the production possibility frontier. For that, we take this one. We have home and we have foreign. We also have labor given in the home country is 1200 and labor in the foreign country is 800. How do we get this 400? Very simple. अगर मेरे पास total labor 1200 है और एक unit की requirement 400 है, then automatically the maximum units, एक unit of apple की requirement 3 है, then the maximum amount of apples that I can produce is going to be 400, which is 1200 by 3. Right? Very simple. And this is also 600 from the same logic. But what I want to do is, I want to use the space here to explain you something else, which we did study in the videos before, but just for the sake of refreshing. So 3 labor hours produce 1 apple for me, which means 1 labor hour essentially produces 1/3 apple for me in home. Similarly, 2 labor hours produces 1 banana for me. Then 1 labor hour will produce 1/2 banana for me. So 1 labor hour here and 1 labor hour here are exactly the same, which means for me 1/3 of an apple is equal to 1/2 of the banana at home, which means 1 apple is equal to 1.5 bananas. The cost of producing 1 apple is 1.5 bananas in my home country. And I'm just going to take 2 minutes to explain this thing one more time just because it's so important. So all of you who've understood it, please bear with me. All of you who haven't, please just listen to me carefully one more time. So 1 apple is equal to 1.5 bananas. So if I am home country, I am a single person economy, I'm a single person who's the entire home country. So when I produce it myself, तो जब भी मैं एक apple कम करती हूँ तो मुझे 1.5 banana मिलता है, right? So if somebody tells me that you listen, you trade with me and you give me 1 apple, I'll give you 2 bananas. What would I want to do? Think about it. वो मुझे कितने bananas दे रहा है? 2 against the 1 apple. And if I myself was taking out my time, my energy from apple to banana, I will be able to only produce 1.5, which means then अगर वो मुझे 2 offer कर रहा है, then what will I do? I will produce more and more apples and I will give him apples to take banana in exchange. Suppose मेरे पास 1200 घंटे थे, right? उसके अंदर मैं 400 apples या 600 bananas produce कर सकती थी. I said let me produce 200 apples. Okay, अभी I can't trade, so I produce 200 apples. The moment I produce 200 apples, मेरे 1200 में से 600 resources तो यहीं पे चले गए. कितने बचे? 600. With that 600, when I put them into bananas, I will be able to produce 300 bananas. That was my ratio at home. Now, somebody says they will trade with me and they will give me 2 bananas in exchange of 1 apple. Which means कि अगर मैं 200 apples की जगह पूरे 400 apples produce करूँ, then my entire 1200 goes here. My entire 1200 labor goes here. But then, from this 1200, from 400 apples, I can still go back to consuming a 200 apples and give those rest 200 apples to the other person for trading, and that other person in exchange of 200 apples will give me how many bananas? 400 bananas, because he was offering me in exchange of 2 bananas per apple, which means automatically I come to consumption at some point here. I come for consumption at some point here, which is higher than my PPF. So automatically I'm gaining from this trade. Would I want to do this trade? Definitely. So anytime somebody says my apples are more than, my one apple is more worth to me, more worth than 1.5 bananas, I will produce apples and sell them. Anytime somebody offers me a trade in which he says one apple is worth less than 1.5 bananas, I would want to produce bananas and sell. So which means I can always find my equilibrium. I can always find what do I want to sell, right? There will always be a situation where I want to sell something, but what do I want to sell will keep on changing. So let me refine it and write it again. So what this means is anytime somebody offers me a PA by PB, anytime somebody offers me a PA by PB, which is greater than 1.5, I would want to produce apples. Very important. This thing is really important, because once you understand this, rest everything comes to you automatically. So anytime somebody offers me PA by PB more than 1.5, I will want to produce apples. Anytime PA by PB is less than 1.5, I would like to produce bananas. Similarly here, if PA by PB is greater than 5, so जो हमारा logic है 3 by 2 is also equal to 1.5 for home. For foreign, the same logic applies, which is 5 by 1, which is 5. So anytime PA by PB for the foreign country now, you know, PA by PP में स्टार क्यों नहीं लिख रही हूँ, क्योंकि जब दोनों ट्रेड करेंगे तो दोनों का प्राइस सेम होगा. बट हाइपोथेटिकली स्पीकिंग, अगर फॉरेन का कुछ और है, तो अगर PA by PP greater than 5 है, then होम नहीं, foreign would like to produce what? Apples. Same logic, na? Same logic as we did for home, like this one here. And if PA by PB is less than 5, then the foreign would like to produce bananas. Right? Let's apply those logics now. So how do we figure out the RS curve? The RS curve is really very simple. You see this 1.5 we just took out, this 5 also we just took out. So we are saying कि if PA by PB is less than 1.5, we produce, if PA by PB is less than 1.5, we produce absolutely. We produce bananas. And if PA by PB for the home country is greater than 1.5, we produce apples. And for the sake of differentiation here, if PA by PB for the foreign country is less than 1.5, they also produce less than 1.5 nahi, unka to 5 hai na ratio, is less than 5, they produce bananas. And if PA by PB again for the foreign country is greater than 5, they will produce apples. Alright, so we've understood this in the last bit. Now we're going to apply this here. So what we've done is we've said RS curve looks like this. Why does RS curve look like this? What is the logic behind it? Let's take an example. Let's suppose hamara jo PA by PB hai, that's somewhere here. And now PA by PB for both the countries is the same because they're trading with each other, na? So whatever prices are there in home will be the same price in foreign because we're assuming there's no transportation cost, right? So PA by PB dono countries ke liye bilkul same hai. So let's suppose we're at some point here. At this point, what is happening? At this point, PA by PB is less than 1.5. If it's less than 1.5, please understand it is automatically less than 5. If it's less than 1.5, it is automatically less than 5. Which means this is relevant and this is relevant. Which means both the home and the foreign country are specializing in bananas. This implies that home and foreign both are producing what? Bananas. If both are producing bananas, then who is producing apples? No one. If no one is producing apples, then the numerator, this QA and this QA star, this QA and QA star becomes 0. If 0 upon anything is 0, so we come at a 0. So anytime PA by PB is less than 1.5, automatically it is less than 5, both will be producing bananas and no apple. That's why the quantity of apples is 0. So that's why the numerator is 0. We are overlapping the y-axis. Right? The moment PA by PB becomes equal to 1.5, what happens? What changes? The moment it becomes equal, now imagine my country. मैं कह रही हूँ कि अगर मैं होम में प्रोड्यूस करती हूँ तो मुझे ट्रेड मिलता है 1 एप्पल के बदले में 1.5 बनानास. ठीक है, जब मैं अपने होम में अपॉर्चुनिटी कॉस्ट निकालती हूँ, और जब मैं जाके ट्रेड कर रही हूँ तो कोई और भी मुझे ये सेम अपॉर्चुनिटी कॉस्ट दे रहा है, तो मुझे क्या फर्क पड़ता है? कुछ भी नहीं. डू आई केयर? No. Do I want to produce at home or do I want to produce it foreign? I really don't care. For me, it's indifferent. So if somebody really convinces me on other grounds other than monetary grounds to say that, you know, you produce more of apples at home and trade with me for bananas, I might just do that because it doesn't affect me negatively in monetary terms. So for example, if my objective is to obviously be open for trade because obviously it gives me political benefits, then I would say, yeah, let's be open to trade, and I will actually be here where I'm producing all apples and I'm trading for bananas. But it doesn't benefit me to be here monetarily speaking. I don't have really gains from trade monetarily speaking. Why? Because the kind of exchange that is being offered to me is the same as the exchange that I have at home. So some other country was not able to give me those political benefits or any extra benefits other than monetary to hai nahi, then I would be here. But if the other country is able to offer me benefits which are obviously there, then I might be here or I might be somewhere in the middle. So which means that home, in this line, what is happening? Home is having a partial specialization. Partial specialization matlab they can produce apples if they want to, but they can produce bananas also because it is unheard them to produce bananas. They can actually be anywhere. They can be actually be anywhere they want to be along this line. Right. Similarly, this line is when PA by BP is 5. Then foreign is in partial specialization क्योंकि foreign को नहीं फर्क पड़ता कि वो कहाँ पे है. Foreign can actually be anywhere on this line because they are indifferent. उनको लगता है कि जो उनको trade offer हो रहा है घर पे वही offer हो रहा है बाहर भी, so they are indifferent. But this line, you see this line? In this line, PA by PB is definitely more than 1.5 and is definitely less than 5, which means home is producing apples and foreign is producing bananas. Home is producing apples and foreign is producing bananas, which is why here we have full specialization. Full specialization का मतलब है home will only produce apples and foreign will only produce bananas. That is full specialization, right? So let's figure out the RD curve. Now RD curve is a good one. Okay, RD curve जो है वो कहाँ से आया है? हमारे question number 3 से. I'm telling you the way, and you can apply this for any RD curve then. So we are given this. We are given that A by B is equal to PB by PA. A by B is equal to PB by PA. This is not PA by PB, sorry. This is PB by PA. So we're given that demand of A upon demand of B is equal to PB by PA. Alright, this is what we're given. So when PA by PB, when PB by PA, sorry, let me write it again one second. When PB by PA is 1 upon 1.5. I'll write it here. So हमारे पास PA by PB क्या आया था? 1.5 है ना, अभी हमने देखा था. तो हमारा जब PA by PB 1.5 है तो PB by PA क्या होगा? 1 upon 1.5. So when PB by PA is 1 upon 1.5, this implies that A by B is also 1 upon 1.5, right? 1 upon 1.5 is nothing but 2 by 3, which is nothing but 0.67, which is what we've gotten here. So when we have plotted it, हम क्या कह रहे हैं? हम कह रहे हैं कि 1.5 पे जो हमारे पास पॉइंट है वो कौन सा है? 0.67. 0.67 right here. 0.67. So this is what? This is lying on the same 1.5 line, but this is 0.67. So this is my 1 point of RD curve. So similarly, if I find one more point somewhere, so I can just draw a downward sloping line now, right? Second thing we're given is when PB by PA is 1 upon 5. So when PA by PB is 5, then PB by PA is 1 upon 5. Then A by B is also 1.5, which is 0.2. So if you draw the same one, this point right here, ये हमने जो निकाला था, ये वाला point क्या था? This point was 0.67. This point somewhere here is what? 0.2, तो हमें पता है ना कर्व यहाँ पे होगा. सो अगर ये दो पॉइंट्स यहाँ पे लाई कर रहे हैं तो यहाँ पे तो मिडिल में ही कहीं कट करेगा ना. Wherever it cuts in the middle, that we don't know, but we know it will cut in the middle somewhere, right? Then we take a step to find this. This point was L upon ALA upon L star upon ALB star. Because इसके अंदर हमारे पास we have QA plus QA star upon QB plus QB star. So QA star is 0 because home is producing apples and foreign is producing bananas. So we know that QA is 0 and QB star is also 0. So L is 1200, ALA is 3, which is 400, and L star is 800 and ALB star is 1, which is 800. So 400 upon 800 is 0.5. Then to figure out the point here, how did we get this to? We say that A by B is 0.5. So when A by B is 0.5, then PB by PA is also 0.5, which means PA by PB is 1 upon 0.5, which is nothing but 2. So then we have figured out that PA by PB here will be 2. So what is our world price? What is our world price? Our world price is 2. And how is the production in the world? The production in the world is that home produces 400 apples and foreign produces 800 bananas. And then they will exchange it with each other and come somewhere which we don't know where, and which we don't care also. But we know that this is the world price and this is the production. And accordingly we'll have consumption. And we also know that हमारे पास initially हम 400 पे थे और यहाँ पे हमारे पास था 600. Now we will be able to consume on the new line. So we are producing here, but the consumption can happen anywhere here depending on how much they trade. Similarly, here they had a 800 here and this was 160 here. So पहले वो कहीं यहाँ पे produce और consume दोनों कर रहे होंगे. But when they start trading, then they will produce here and consume somewhere along this line. Sorry, this is not okay. So they will produce here at 800 and they will consume somewhere here, anywhere here. So this is the area, in that case, available for potential gains. Alright, so this is, I think, I'm so sure you've understood. And that's it in this chapter's numericals. You can actually get variety of this chapter numericals, but they're all the same and they're all really easy. Alright, so I hope this helps. I will give you one more question in the assignment and then test so that you can practice them again. Alright, thank you.